Hey, what's up? We have a smug, arrogant, liberal problem in our country, so let's talk about it. As always, I appreciate you being here watching my video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And hey, if you like my other content, I have a lot for you to watch. Consider subscribing. It's free for you, but it means the world to me. Now, let's talk about the word smug. So smug is defined as having or showing an excessive pride in oneself or one's achievements. And this is quite often the symptom that has taken over the liberal Democrat. As we've seen as of late, they're really showing their ass with nothing to back it up for now. And I don't understand it. I'm actually sick of it. And I wanted to make this video to confront them head on right in their face. The liberal Democrats seem to hate our country, seem to love to argue with no facts, seem to love to pick one small little insignificant piece of what someone said and just blow it way out of proportion. They do this constantly. They're so smug, they're so arrogant, and here is a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Back the blue, but aren't you sending the message that assaulting officers is okay with these parties?
No, the opposite. In fact, I'm going to be letting two officers from Washington Police, D.C. I believe they're from D.C., but I just approved it. They were arrested, put in jail for 5 years because they went after an illegal, and I guess something happened where something went wrong. And they arrested the two officers and put them in jail for going after a criminal, a rough criminal, by the way. And I'm actually releasing. No, I am the friend of police, more than any president that's ever been in this office.
More than 400 of the people that you pardoned, though, assaulted officers. So I want to ask you about the Vice President, J.D. Vance. He said, this is a week ago, he said, if you committed violence on January 6th, obviously you should not be pardoned. Why is your vice president wrong?
Well, only for one reason. They've served years in jail. They should not have served, excuse me, and they've served years in jail, and murderers don't even go to jail in this country. And we had 1,500. We have 16 under review. As you know, we commuted about 16 of them because it looks like they could have done things that were not acceptable for a full pardon. But these people have served years of jail, and their lives have been ruined. And in many cases, listen to me for a second. Stop interrupting. They've served years in jail, and if you look at the American public is tired of it. Take a look at the election. Just look at the numbers on the election. We won this election in a landslide because the American public is tired of people like you that are just one-sided, horrible people in terms of crime. You don't talk about all the people that have been killed and what happens to those murderers. Murderers get no time. You take a look at some of these DAs. They go after political opponents, but they don't go after people that shoot people in the street.
Just one of the most recent examples of one of these smug, arrogant reporters. Another one is Caitlin Collins and how she treated Trump. And in the way that all the people for Pete Hegseth talked to him, I couldn't believe some of the senators and other people in that room and the way they spoke to him. How dare they talk to a grown person like that? They're smug, arrogant assholes for no reason. I don't understand why they don't realize that they lost huge. They didn't just sort of lose this election. It was an absolute annihilation. A landslide is the tip of the iceberg because now I can tell when I walk outside, when I go places, people see me and then wearing this hat because I wear it all the time. People see me. Before, I used to get dirty looks and now I get high fives and fist bumps. Oh, go Trump. Everybody around here loves Trump. And 4 or 5 years ago, that was not the case. So they lost big time and they still act like they have some sort of podium to stand on. No, for the last 4 years, we have all had to deal with President Joe Biden. And now you called the guy Hitler every day. So now this is what you get. Here's another example And imagine thinking that Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't going to tell you off. What?
Come to the Capitol or do any tours or any meetings here?
Is this all you really talking about is the J6ers that have been pardoned?
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna talk about the Biden family that got pardoned? No?
I haven't.
Oh, okay, what about the ones that Joe Biden pardoned? There are tons of them. Is that a focus at all?
Well, I'm asking about J6.
I know that's what you're asking. I know that's what you're asking about, and I'm not doing this. This insane place up here and all of y'all's obsession with January 6th is absurd. Everybody outside of here is sick and tired of it. I'm serious. And so Joe Biden pardons all these disgusting people, and then everybody up here has got their panties in a wad because J6ers got pardoned. Like people that walk through open doors. A lot of them walk through open doors. That's it. But everybody here is like, oh, J6. Seriously.
But you've been so outspoken on this issue. I mean,
yes, I have. And they're pardoned. And thank God, I hope they go live their lives and can reassemble something back together because they have suffered enough. Go do a story on all the Antifa BLM people that never served time. Over 95% of them, seriously. Think about that. And go do a story on these cities that BLM burned to the ground and they never built back. They raised all that money on ActBlue and they never built those communities back.
You don't think it's a fair question to ask you because you've been so outspoken.
It is nauseating. I've seen all the Democrat-run networks ad nauseum about January 6th, and they just can't get over themselves, but they don't give a about real Americans.
The speaker just created a select committee to investigate January 6th, so it's not like Republicans aren't talking about this.
No, but it was your question. Are you gonna have J6ers come in? Are you gonna give them tours? Like I'm so sick of you people and all this. I really am.
The reason why I asked that is because other people have said that, and so I assumed you would be one of those people that would also be having tours, just because I know you're close to some of the people.
Because you're assuming. You know, the problem is you people never gave me a fair shot to begin with, and you all these assumptions and all these headlines and all these lies. So you came in asking me, why don't you do a story on what people care about?
Why don't you do a story about what people care about? Because they have their own agenda and they don't care what we want. That's why. But you know that because you're a smart lady. Look, we are getting backlash that needs to stop right now. Mr. Tom Homan, sir, I think you're doing an excellent job. 1,300 people have been picked up. It's only been like 4 or 5 days. Oh my God, that's amazing. But you are getting some major opposition from some key places. And I feel, sir, that you're going to have to make an example out of one of these mayors. And might I suggest Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago. Look what him and his city council are doing.
Progressives on the city council have spent the past week preparing to fight this expected ICE operation by canvassing Latino neighborhoods to pass out these flyers, telling folks to not open their doors and to remain silent if ICE agents show up looking for any convicted criminals.
I'm sorry, but isn't that treason? So, I mean, tell me in the comments if you think that's treason. Isn't that what treason means? Mr. Tom Homan, sir, I personally would like to call, I don't know about anybody else, but I would like to call for the immediate arrest of the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, for treason against the United States of America. We have to get these people out of our country. We're not going and arresting grandmas and people that are functioning and have been here. This is the guy we're taking out of our country. What the hell's wrong with removing this guy?
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally.
Sorry, but if it's wrong to not want to remove those people from our country, then I'll be wrong, okay? What the hell? It's not just the news media. It's not just the politicians who are smug and arrogant. There are many different people on that side who don't understand how badly they lost. They don't understand that their opinions and their thoughts and advice on things mean absolutely nothing. And I'm talking about this.
There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals.
Really? What the hell was that? What happened to a separation of church and state? You should be unbishoped. I don't know the terminology. I don't know what it's called. Whatever it is, when they take your bishopness away from you, that's what should happen. You should be unbishoped. What the hell was that? Show sympathy? Show kindness? You mean like they showed to Lake and Riley? You mean like the illegal immigrants showed to Jocelyn Nungari, who's from my city, by the way? Oh, yeah. All those nice, wonderful, illegal alien gang members who add so much to our society. What? See, here's an example of a person who does not know their role. I'm going to steal a phrase from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You got to know your role. You got to shut your mouth. For the last 4 years, I have had to do this with President Joe Biden. But I want you all, everyone that's watching this, to take a moment, even if you pause my video, make sure you finish it, but pause my video, and I want you to just say it one time out loud. Former President Joe Biden. You're not in charge anymore. What you want us to do and your suggestions mean absolutely nothing. We have to remove these people from our country right now. I see illegal immigrants getting interviewed in all these street interviews and on the news going, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. She's right there. Go get her. She's on camera. No mercy. We have to remove these people from our country, the criminals and the violent people first, and then we'll see how that looks. And finally, I want to talk about the rhetoric that's been used about my president for the last decade, that he's Hitler, that he's evil, that he's going to be a dictator, that he is a threat to democracy. All these things they have lit him on fire over. But look at this picture. This is, of course, from the inauguration speech. Don't look at the left side. Look at the right side. Joe Biden, he's a threat to democracy. If he gets in, our country's over. Kamala Harris, he's a threat to democracy. If he gets in, our country's over. Hillary Clinton, he's literally Hitler. Bill Clinton, he's literally Hitler. Jill Biden, Doug, all of them. Donald Trump is literally Hitler. But there they are. There they are. Joe Scarborough, been calling the guy Hitler every day for like almost a decade. Immediately bent the knee and went to Mar-a-Lago. The Zuckerberg immediately bent the knee and changed his whole view. How convenient. All of them sat there with a threat to democracy, the end of America, and literally Hitler being sworn in and inaugurated as president, and not one of them did anything. Why? Because it's not true, and they don't really feel that way. Look at Bill Clinton in this picture, this screenshot. He looks like he's looking at some chick over on the side. I mean, you have to understand something. These people are professional liars. And the normal citizens who have no power, like myself, look at this and they're like, I'm like, how are these people in charge? I don't understand how some of the worst people, the biggest liars, the biggest con artists have made their way up to the top echelon of our country. We need term limits for Congress, and we need a complete revamp of the media system. Hasn't even been 1 week yet. And we got over 1,000 people detained, ready to ship out to the country of their origin. We have SoftBank and all these other places that are investing billions of dollars into us. Putin is ready for peace. Hamas released hostages and is ready for peace. The whole world has flip-flopped and changed. America is back, baby. And if you're not down with that, I know I did another video like that. I'm not going to say it, but if you're not down with that, you have two choices, really. Shut the fuck up or get out. We will all help you pack. Hey, thanks for watching till the end. Peace.